Patience. I'm literally here. Looks like a nice place to be, don't it? But I'm here right now in this place because I lack patience. I just made I'm gonna call it a big mistake. I'm gonna call it a big mistake for the sake of the video. Realistically, I just messed up this one day. And how badly that's gonna affect me for the rest of my life depends. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. But, you know, like I try to tell my son, if you don't take things seriously, if you don't take the mistake you made seriously, then you're gonna go make that mistake again. And if I make the same mistake again, then I have another problem. Then I make it again and I have another problem. I keep making the same mistakes, I'm gonna have a big problem. Well, I go over here, peek over, make sure we're recording. Alright, so what happened? Why am I'm literally here because my lack of impatience. That's literally what happened. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm standing in front of you making this video, because I just made a mistake. My girlfriend called me while I was at work. I called her, I was on my break, and she told me that one of the birds was bleeding. And initially I had no like overreaction to this. I just kind of stayed calm, I stayed with it. I just went back to work because I did what I had to do. And then, so I go back to work, and then I'm at work. I'm literally there for like 5 minutes, and all I can think about is the last time this happened to a bird. The bird died a couple hours later. And I'm here thinking like, oh, I'm over here thinking about money, feel evil. There's this guy literally walking around with his work vest, like one of those construction bright vests, and it says evil in the back, 666, and there's an upside down cross, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? It's like, you know what, if you want to be a bad person, be a bad person, but why are you promoting it? Like, that's just weird to me. It's not my place to judge him. It just seemed weird, and it got in my head. It had me thinking, am I being evil now? Am I just putting money? And then the other thing too hit me hard was the other day, my parents had a situation with their pet where they potentially almost had to pay a couple $1,000s. Thankfully they didn't. But you know, my reaction to that was, oh, you can't just put money before your pet. I mean, that's just gonna feel wrong in the long run. So yeah, it was really easy for me to get on this emotional reaction train, and before I know it, I left work. And that's why I'm standing here. When I left work, I was working, God, for only like 2.5 hours out of a 10-hour day. And then I left work without pay too, because I was in such a rush that I could have used some like personal time. I could have tried to follow it in so that maybe I could have still got paid for the day at least, and I would just, in such a rush, I just left as fast as possible because I was in a rush to get the bird to the vet. And then I get in the car and I'm like, baby, get the bird ready, we're gonna go. And then when I get in the car, that's when I realized I made a mistake. That is when I call her. When I'm on the phone with her, she basically, first she sounded calm, worried. First she sounded worried, but she was just putting that worry on me so that she can get her worry out. That's what happened there. And I'm not saying this to be like I'm blaming her. I'm really saying this, I'm trying to blame myself for making the mistake. I'm not trying to go down to this pathetic level of, oh, you can't be making me worry like that. Things are always gonna happen. There's always gonna be a reason to worry. If you blame other people for why you feel a certain way, now you have no control over yourself. You have no power. If you take responsibility for a situation, now in the future, I have the power to make myself worry less. So I don't have this problem again. It could happen with someone else. If I blame her, I give her the power, I give her the responsibility, and all that happens is she gets stressed out and nobody wins. And I look like the bad guy, even if you can say it was her mistake, but I'm the one who really left work early without pay for the rest of the day. I'm such a rush to get here for lack of patience, man. Lack of patience. You know, I see this with people, it's so easy. Somebody makes you angry and I see it as like, okay, be patient, don't let myself get angry. And I still find myself getting so caught up with a lack of patience, and I'm making mistakes like this that are ruining my life. Like, part of the reason I feel like I'm financially broke and I don't have as much money as I should have is because I'm impatient. I see something, I'm like, oh, I really want that, I really need it, and I can't just let it go or say to myself, okay, maybe I'll get it later. It's like, no, I gotta get it now. You know, it's just like, it's hard because I am the kind of person, like, and I know you probably are inspired to be the kind of person, everyone wants, there's a scarcity of opportunities, and you want to get out there, you want to grab those opportunities, and you want to seize them as quick as possible. You know, you're seeing the bird like it's gonna die, or maybe you have a financial opportunity, and you want to go out there and grab it before it goes away. But the problem is, maybe it wasn't the right opportunity for you. Maybe it wasn't the right choice. Maybe that person who you're dating or you're married to, maybe it wasn't the right choice, and it was there, it was the option you had, and you didn't want to let that option go because you were worried that another option wouldn't have come that would have been better. But maybe you grabbed on it too soon and you made the wrong option. I've been in a lot of points in my life where I've almost ruined my life, and I keep going back there by trying to buy a new car. My car, the year on it is 2004. And I've had myself more than once trying to look for a car, at least 2013 or newer, thinking about, oh, can I put down 20 grand, 40 grand in a car? Not in paid in full, but, you know, make the monthly payments like a normal person. But then, you know, I always calculate it, and I'm like, for me to make these payments, like, I would have to work so much more than I'm already working. Potentially even work like a second job, work overnight, do all this extra work, and have all this extra responsibility, and be so stressed out, so tired, because if I had an emergency where I had to take a day off of work, now I can't do it because I need the money. I wouldn't be here right now if I had made a decision a long time ago where I was gonna buy a new car, newish car, make the payments on it. It would, if I had bought that car at the time though, it would have held me down to the job that I was at the time that I did not want to keep. It would have left me stuck in the place that I was at that I didn't want to stay at, because I would need to be there so that I can make payments on that car. Why do I keep getting pushed into it? I get this emotional reaction because my car, things keep breaking on it. I got a nice crack along the windshield. I'd be worried like something's just gonna fall off, or it's gonna break down on the side of the road with me. It hasn't essentially happened, really. I mean, it's been essentially reliable. I use quotation marks in there, kind of like, you know. But it keeps putting me in that emotional reaction state of worry and fear. And then nothing happens, and I'm still here driving the car. But if I had jumped into a new car, it would have seemed great at the time, but I would have potentially ruined the rest of my life. I would have set myself back 5-6 years of my life, however long the payments I set up on that car. That's how long back in my life I would have been set back. That's the time in my life where I would not be moving forward, where I would be potentially staying still and also potentially falling backwards, getting more tired, more stressed out, burning my body, decreasing my health and my overall well-being. My diet would have gone out the window, exercise would have gone out the window, reading books out the window, making YouTube videos out the window, because I wouldn't have time to do any of this stuff. I wouldn't be here right now if I was just like, oh, this is an opportunity I need to get. There's so many times where I'm like, this car just seems perfect for me. This is just the right one at the right time and right place, and I need it now. But I'm still here. I didn't get the car, and if I were to drop the emotional reaction and I just be calm and logical about it, I realized this was not the good choice. This was not the right choice. At the time, it seemed like a great opportunity. Maybe it was a great opportunity, but not for me. It was a great opportunity for someone else. You can't be the guy who does everything. You just can't. This is kind of a hard realization I've been on recently, is that you can't, because I try to learn so much. I have so many diverse amount of books that are about such completely different subjects, and I do my best to try to mix them, where I'm like, okay, if I study this one book and this one book, maybe they're opposites, but they relate and give me one goal. It's sort of like if I study baseball, I gotta get good at hitting the ball and I gotta get good at catching the ball, but it's like one goal. So I kind of try to make it work like that. I try. But if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be good at baseball and I'm gonna go be good at basketball, and Saturday I practice baseball, Sunday I practice basketball, what's gonna happen is I might not get good at either one of them. Now I'm diversifying myself way too much, and that's a real thing. It's a real thing. I try to use that example. You know, for me, it might be more like, okay, I want to learn how to invest in the stock market. I want to learn how to run a business. I want to learn how to invest in real estate. Let's see, stock market, real estate, business. Yeah. And I want to learn sales because that's going to help me perhaps in anything. Maybe not in the stock market one, but it'll help me in real estate. It'll help me in business. It can help me just in life, being able to influence. Sales is right here, trying to even sell my idea to you. And I want to learn all these kind of separate things. And it's like, if I'm reading the book on real estate on my left and I'm reading the book on business on my right, well, I might have to make a choice. I might have to be like, okay, right now, maybe even for this entire year, I'm just gonna buy books on real estate. And that might be a hard choice for people to make, to really just kind of zero in and focus and dive deep on something. I say it might be a hard choice because it's hard for me. I wanna learn everything. I wanna know everything I can know. But I have to come to the realization that if I were to just be like, okay, I gotta make sure this camera's still recording. It cuts off on me sometimes. I gotta come to the realization like, okay, maybe I gotta buy 10 books on real estate. You know, I'm not even saying I'm doing this. This is all for example, because I don't know what you wanna be. So whatever you wanna be, I hope you take this and you apply it to what it is you wanna learn. And you break it down step by step and see the long-term picture, that maybe if you actually practice patience and you see your long-term goal, and you're not like, oh, I have to get there now and I have to take all this in now and I have to do this all now. And you're like, okay, this year I do this, or at least these couple of months I do this. Maybe I spend 3 to 6 months, at least break it down, and I just focus on real estate example. And then after that, I focus on business, learning about that so that I can actually go have the skills to apply. But if I'm like, read the book about the stock market, read the book about real estate, read the book about business, and then back here, I still gotta read my spirituality book. That I gotta mix into everything. I gotta read, you know, my, being present to the moment stuff, being enlightened, being aware, you know, how to, you know, after you get all your success that you're trying to get, whatever success you want, then you also got to read the book on how to actually be happy, how to be peaceful with it, how to appreciate and love life, how to enjoy life. And so I got these 4 sections of books I got to read, and I'm trying to read them all at once, and it's just not working out right for me. Patience. Woo, I'm having a test of patience right now. Gonna kind of fill you in on what's going on right now. I get awkward on camera when other people are watching me, and there's a car pulling up behind me because this is kind of a bridge. So that kind of throws me off right now, and I gotta exercise patience right now. And now, I guess maybe you're getting like a live experience. I'm trying to not have my emotional reaction to it. I'm trying to not feel myself getting nervous. There he goes, there he goes. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Try to stay, okay, I think I did it. Because my initial reaction is when he came was like, oh, I gotta end the video now. I gotta cut the video off, boop, cut the video off. And I tried just stay present to the moment. I guess, you know, what it even was too, is sometimes you gotta pick what you're focused on. Just like as I said, I was like, I'm gonna stay, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay focused on making this video. I'm not gonna let myself be completely distracted by the fact that some guy was coming by. It's like, I'm gonna let myself stay focused on this video. That's what I did. It's like, okay, so let's keep talking on the video. Let's just keep rolling with the video. Let's stay focused. Wow, the video was about patience and now we're about focus. I don't even know how we got here, fellas. But I mean, it goes along with my original point of patience, that you might, if you have a real dream, you have a real goal, you have a real success. Everybody, you see these images of Drake going out there making $100 million a year, buying all these cars, buying his mansion, or you see LeBron James, you hear of guys like Tesla, you hear of guys like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. Who else is, I'm trying to think of people that are known for being really, really successful. Michael Jordan, you hear about them, but you don't usually hear about, I mean, maybe, I feel like this is a story that's come around more, that Michael Jordan was kicked off, I believe it was high school basketball team. Don't quote me on that, it could have been the college one, but he was kicked off a basketball team. He had to fight to get back. Drake, he wrote thousands of songs before he got where he was. Thousands and thousands of songs. LeBron James, I don't even have to read his biography to know that he probably played basketball for at least probably 10 years before he got in the NBA. You got to take things one step at a time. You can reach all your goals. You can reach all your dreams. You can get everything you want to get. Without patience though, you're gonna make a mistake somewhere down the line that's gonna keep you from getting there. Without patience, you won't be able to look towards the bigger picture in the future of, okay, I'm gonna do this now, and tomorrow I'm gonna do that. Keep building towards my dream, and it might take me years. It's not really, I mean, you could win the lottery. That's essentially an overnight success. Unless you win the lottery though, there is no real overnight success. There's years of struggle and hard work. It's not even always that hard. Honestly, I try to make this fun, really. It's like reading the books, you know, that I try to read, watching the videos I watch for educational purpose, making these videos. I try to even lie to myself that I mean, not saying I don't enjoy it, but when I feel like I don't want to do something, I lie to myself. I'd be like, oh, I want to do this. And I get myself in a mood and state of mind where I feel more like I want to do it. So it doesn't even have to be real hard work. It is the work over a long period of time and patience that's going to get you to be successful. Like a great man, Phil Talent, said in a video of his, do you have the patience to do nothing for a really long time? To not spend your money and to save up money? To not make the wrong decisions? To wait for the right opportunity? And to know in your heart and every fiber there's no rationality, no emotional logic, nothing interfering with your decision, to know that this was the right opportunity for you. And if it is the wrong opportunity, to have the patience, to have the calmness to say, what was I supposed to learn from this? And how can I take this onto my next opportunity in life? Now I'm kind of rambling. I feel like at my last point where I said there was really where I should have ended it, but do you have the patience to wait to get everything you want out of life? Do you have the patience to work for a really long time? That sounds bad. This does sound bad. My logic behind that, I'll leave you with one last thing. My logic behind is I gotta make all these YouTube videos and nobody's watching them. My logic is, what is the other choice? Let's say, example, apply to where you are. Maybe you want to be an artist and you gotta paint paintings for years. It's your life. You do what you want to do with it. I'm just trying to give you tools to help you get where you want to get. That is my only job here. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. I'm just trying to help you get where you want to get. My logic behind it is maybe for 5, 10, 15, 20 years you have to work on your dreams before it's fully realized. And it doesn't sound worth it. But my logic behind that is, what is the alternative? I work a regular job until I'm 85 years old and I die? Or I work the next 20 years my regular job and my side job until my side job can be my main job and I quit that, and then I go live the life I want to live. At least I get there at some point. The alternative is you just never get there. Most people die without ever starting their journey. This has been a public service announcement from OurWorldShifted. Woo! I want to grab the camera, show you guys this place before I cut it off. And I'm showing you guys this beautiful place here. There's more water on the other side. I don't know if you guys are still watching at this point. But this is a bridge with water on both sides. It's a beautiful place. It looks more beautiful. They always look more beautiful in the summertime. You know, in our human perspective, you like to see the bright green colors, maybe the water looking more blue, the sky looking more clear, but it just feels amazing to come to places like this. And that's something I like to inspire onto you guys, to try to find what it is that makes you feel better, find what it is that makes you happy, and that peace of mind. Even beyond that happiness, where's your peace of mind? Not this happiness that goes back and forth between you're happy one moment, you're sad one moment, you're happy one moment, you're sad one moment, and when you're happy, you're afraid of being sad. But just true peace of mind, where you're just kind of okay with everything, going with the flow of life, and not in such great resistance. Practicing patience and knowing that if you just keep moving forward towards your goals, even one step at a time, Is it possible for you to get there? What are the chances are you won't get there if every single day you take one more step towards that goal? How do you think the other people got where you want to be? Not an overnight success, with patience.